On the last review we did on Killadelphia, they was fighting vampires in a vampire hoe house, and Jimmy Jr. forgot the stakes. Then on top of that, they had to blow the place up, and Lieutenant Zimmerman got killed in the process. Abigail Adams listens to Toppy's story about how he ended up the way he is. Sangster Sr. is letting everybody know he ain't pissed off at Jimmy Jr. because Jimmy Jr. ain't taking the reins. He's pissed off at Jimmy Jr. because Jimmy Jr. snatched him away from paradise with Gloria. And Jupiter wants to kill Abigail. We about caught up. This is 11 and 12 issues of Killadelphia with a guaranteed shock ending. Where else can you find it? Nowhere else. But be real with D-Real. Alive and alert on the north side of the dirt. It is your man D-Real coming at you with another Be Real with D-Real, where Edutainment explains it. And before we get into what we need to do, let's get into what we want to do so we can do both. I said that backwards, but you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, comment, like, subscribe, and share the Be Real with D-Real page so that when new material comes out, you get it. If you digging what a brother shovel to put some dirt in my bucket, comment, like, subscribe, and share. Why? Edutainment is what I do. Before I forget, yeah, I got a Band-Aid on my head. Don't trip. Trust me, you'd rather see the Band-Aid on my head than what you would actually be seeing. Blood. But we're going to see a lot of blood this issue and maybe the next couple of issues. This is the cover to Killadelphia, issue number 11. Now, look who's on the cover of Killadelphia, number 11. Somebody looking very presidential. We ain't going to say who that, but let's get on off into it. You already know. It's John Adams. John Adams is sitting around chilling in purgatory. And who comes and visits John Adams in purgatory? Yep, it's your man Tevin Tompkins, aka Seesaw, with the magic. He done made his way to the afterlife, or at least purgatory anyway. And he wants to chop it up with John Adams. John Adams probably mad because he killed him, but I mean, it ain't a whole lot he could do about it in purgatory. What does Seesaw want to talk to him about? We're going to find out. Meanwhile, Jupiter is smashing through scores and scores of vampires like they ain't nothing. Even old Toppy gets his arm ripped off. Now, Jupiter is coming to end Abigail Adams. What is Abigail Adams thinking at this moment? She's thinking about a more wonderful time when she was in love with her husband, John Adams. No, shock time. Boom. Sally Hemings and Abigail Adams carried on an affair while John Adams was out handling his business and whatnot. Boy, did they ever carry on an affair. Look at him. Yeah, not only was they in love, at least one of them was in love. Let's look at it like that. And there was affection that went on for one another. Oh, we went and got a tattoo. That was my gift to you. And now my gift to you is to drink the blood of a tattoo lady. We hanging out at carnivals, kissing on Ferris wheels, all that type of thing. They in love. Okay, or they in lust, and maybe lust for a vampire lasts a little longer than love does, or maybe not as long. Either way, I do not think Abigail Adams was in love with Sally Hemings, or the feelings she was feeling for Sally Hemings. She was mistaken for love. Meanwhile, the Sangsters, after a whole bunch of talking, finally work out their differences. And Sangster Sr. is letting Sangster Jr. know, after all this is over, man, you gonna have to take over and you gonna have to handle it. He's with it. He's thinking about it. He's thinking about some things he could do. But James Sangster Sr.'s last present to him is a hunch and a clue that takes them to Chestnut Hill, which just so happens to be the place where Jupiter is doing his thing. Meanwhile, in Afterlife, Seesaw is extracting a promise from John Adams. If you could make up for all of the crap you did to Philly, would you make it right? If you could. I ain't got no body, but if you had a body, would you make up for it? And John Adams said yes. And he's like, all right, I got something to take care of. I'll be right back. What is he going to take care of? He's going to see his grandma and his dog in the afterlife. See, heaven and hell and purgatory, all of that stuff is apparently a hop, skip, and a jump away from one another if you know how to navigate it. But he's letting his grandma know, use everything, unless he thinking about something bad getting ready to happen. You know what I mean? You don't go see Nana and them unless you think, you ain't coming back. You know what I mean? Anyway, back to Abigail Adams. She is, just like I figured, dumping Sally Hemings. And Sally Hemings is like, whatever. You thought this was some real stuff, but you was living a lie, more or less. She goes back to John and Jupiter, and right now she's thinking to herself, well, John is dead. I could probably go find Sally and we could get back together. But no. Stop Jupiter dead in his tracks and let him know who's the top dog around here. Me. And makes short work of it. And say, that's it? He said, you never loved me? She like, yeah, that's right. Now let's hit the streets and go wreck some stuff. I'm feeling my evil bitchness. And that takes us straight into issue 12. Where she is indeed feeling her evil bitchness. We got people panicking in the streets because vampires are killing everybody. And Brittany goes into a little girl's house, kills her kitten. And she figures, oh, well, things that are precious to humans, I should eat. Say less. That Brittany, you gotta love her. Vampires wilding in the streets. What we gonna do, mama? We gonna drink till our bellies are full, and then we gonna increase our numbers. That is Abigail's plan. Meanwhile, we've run into Seesaw down in a demon realm, and the demons can't make him out because he's a dead boy, but he's not a live boy, but he's there. Who are you, not dead but not alive boy? And Seesaw thinking to himself, I'm from the streets of Philly, so I better handle this street Philly style. When people roll up on you that you don't know and you ain't feeling them and they ask you who you are, what do you tell them if you're on the streets? None of your effing business is what Seesaw told these demons. And they was like, oh, we gonna kill you. We gonna kill you. And he's still talking. Y'all ain't gonna do ish. Except take me where I can see the dude that runs this junk. And they're like, ooh, you don't want to see Corson. Corson runs this joint. So he like, I find Corson myself. And one little demon finally volunteers to take him to the presence of Corson. Meanwhile, they pull up on Chestnut Hill just in time to see all the dismembered vampires and Jupiter in the corner, letting everybody know. She says she gonna kill Everybody. Everybody? Everybody. Okay, so back to the other realm. This, ladies and gentlemen, is Corson. And at Corson's feet is Mayor Gaskins, the mayor of Philadelphia, or the former mayor of Philadelphia. I guess Abigail cursed work. I hope you burn in the most exquisite way. And there he is, burning up. And Corson don't want him talking. He tells him, having your tongue removed didn't teach you anything. Perhaps removing your penis. And that is precisely what he does. Wow. So, as we can see, this Corson fella likes to see people suffer. Bear that in mind. Now, he's asking for dark energy to bring John Adams back to life. And Corson's like, oh, that's a big deal. Oh, maybe you're going to give me your soul. And he's like, nah. And he reasons with him. You like to see stuff suffering. You hate what God loves. And bringing back the dead is against God's rules. Us walking the earth means man ain't never going to be safe. So that's all the potential for more suffering, more people that get brought over to your side so you can snatch penises off and things like that. And as we can see at the bottom of the page, Corson's smiling because he's with it. Wow. Huh? Who knew that it was that easy to make a deal with a demon? And for some reason, on the way home, Sangster Sr.'s just like, let me out right here. What for? He got to let out some steam. He's smacking around. He's smacking around. He's smacking around. He told them to stay in the car. He told them to stay in the car. But they get out of the car. And what happens when they get out of the car? It's vampires on the street, James Jr. What did you expect to happen? And at that point is where Abigail Adams decides she wants to make herself known. That she's getting ready to change the world over and that you and your son are on the right side of the things because vampires is going to take over everything. Yep, she's getting ready to start monologuing until she is approached by her once dead husband. Oh boy, presidents are coming back from the dead twice. All righty. Okay. This is what we're working with. So that was a double tip for you. You got a double dip. 11 and 12 knocked out. I'm going to start condensing them like that even tougher on our way to issue number 35, probably 36 by the time I get done. But there's a lot of guests that are going to be popping up. I know I keep telling y'all that, but as we get closer to that ultimate bit of Killadelphia-ness, y'all gonna see, because we rolling along. And during this run, I'm gonna give you about 3-4 more characters whose comic books you could collect. You're welcome. That's it for now, y'all. But fret not, I'll be coming at you with another one of them other ones. And until I do, y'all be good and be good to each other.